What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader. In this video we're going to actually be looking at the rare cheater footage in Fortnite Battle Royale. So as you guys know, mostly the game is cheater free. There's not actually many cheaters in Fortnite as a game as a whole, but I've actually found certain clips of footage which kind of hints to the fact that we might have a few cheaters in the game. There's actually one piece of dead evidence at the end of the video, which is actually a video someone uploaded on YouTube, which actually shows them using cheats in action in the new version of Fortnite. And it's actually really worrying and kind of a shame to see people actually cheating in this game, and it just shows what things have finally come to. But first of all, I'm going to show you some clips which people claim to be cheaters, and we're going to see if they are actually cheating or if they're just really good players. And then the second clip, we're going to be reacting to an actual aimbot in action. So without further ado, let's dive straight into this video. So allegedly this first clip says rare cheater in action. We're just going to continue the video. So this is just one dude. Basically so far he's got 6 kills, and I'm not sure where this was recorded from, but I did manage to actually retrieve this footage. Allegedly this person is cheating. We're going to have a look if that's actually the case. He's going for the airdrop right now. I think this is in normal solos, so obviously the person that he killed had 1 kill anyway, so it shows that that player wasn't doing so well. But this is actually in solo mode, so obviously solo mode is where all the good players go. The thing is there's not actually many cheaters in Fortnite. After doing a little bit of research, it turns out that the only cheaters in the game literally paying like hundreds of dollars a month to actually get certain cheats because they're so rare to actually find. The likelihood of these guys cheating the first 2 clips is very unlikely. Right, so this dude's basically parachuting over tilted towers towards this big structure, and we need to basically just see this guy getting kills, so we're going to try and dive towards the point where he actually gets kills. So obviously 6 kills at the minute. The video is actually quite long. Right, so he's sniping, he's aimed down his iron sights. So what we're looking for here, boys, here is just to see when he right clicks and aims down his iron sights, is he snapping to enemies, is his crosshair following enemies. Right, okay, he's been sniped, so he's gonna have to push. He's not in such a great position so far. This hopefully will show us a hunting rifle kill. I'm really interested to see what happens here. I think this clip I've watched before. I think he does get like a really weird headshot that looks like an aimbot, but I really can't remember. Right, this guy's waiting. It looks like he's looking towards the zone to see if anyone's there. And one thing about Fortnite is you can't really see too far into the zone. I mean, we can kind of see into tilted to a certain degree, but you can't see very clearly into the zone. So what we're going to be looking for here basically is if this guy sees anyone before they come in the zone. Right, he's building so far, and he switched to his weapon. Right, so he sees one guy here, so he's just going to build up to try and snipe him. And to me, it doesn't look like anything suspicious. He saw the guy before he peeked him, so it doesn't look like he's cheating with any wall hacks, and the actual weapon didn't really seem to lock on. Right, he's dropped. Okay, so someone's actually shooting him. I think it's the guy that shot him before. You'll see certain parts of this game where there isn't actually audio, and then certain parts where there is. This is because I think the person who was recording was tabbing out. But this guy's going to peek. He knows he's going to peek, so he's just waiting to get a hunting rifle shot. And he pre-fires him early. It's a little bit suspicious. I think he's pre-firing just to wait till he peeks. And you can kind of see through the wood at this point, so I don't think he's using any cheats to see through walls. I think this guy so far is legit. I have had games where I've got like up to 10 kills anyway, legit in solo, so I know it's definitely possible, and there's not many people left, so there's nothing wrong with his stats at this point either, so the guy looks pretty legit so far. I'm not sure who actually recorded this footage or why they think he's a cheater, but hopefully we'll see some condemning evidence soon, because to me, this guy looks pretty legit. Right, he's getting shotgunned. This guy needs to build seriously if he wants to get out of this predicament. And that wasn't a very good choice because the guy was behind him when he was building to the other side. He needs to get the higher ground here. He's got hit. I think they've returned fire. They've exchanged 2 shots on each other. This is basically just a build battle. It's kind of a slow, anticlimactic build battle. These guys obviously are good at shooting, but they're not really any of the best builds, definitely. And the other guy behind is definitely got the lower hand of the fight now because he's basically let himself be exposed to the zone. But he's jump padding, which isn't a bad thing, and this guy basically just gets killed in the storm. I originally thought when I watched this footage that guy snapped to him and killed him because it looked like a really fishy shot, but if you look in the bottom left, it says that the guy did die to the storm. So nothing really suspicious, nothing screaming out to me right there. So far, this guy has 6 kills, and he's come into contact with like 2 people, hasn't managed to kill them. Everything just seems legit so far. So the only way this guy is going to get out of this problem he's in is if he either builds stairs up here, which I think he does, or he builds a jump pad, because he's not in a great position so far whatsoever. Obviously he's down the mountain, and there is actually a guy on his right up in the mountain. This is also super risky as well. He's dropping mini shields, well, he's taking mini shields whilst he's next to the mountain and someone's already spotted him. So I'm not sure what made him make this choice. Maybe he's confident because he can see where people are, maybe that's why someone recorded this video, but so far everything seems legit. He's kind of taken a lot of big risks, which is a little bit suspicious to me, but his play looks consistent and very legitimate so far. Okay, he's searching for the guy that he saw initially, because as he was running by the side of the mountain he saw someone, which is this guy, and he looks like he's just predicting his shots at this point. That was a really nice hunting rifle shot, and this guy's obviously a noob. He's standing still and he's still farming the tree, even though he's been hit twice, and this guy's also consistently missing some shots. So to me, this guy looks entirely legit. He looks like he's just good with the hunting rifle. Obviously this is how I aim, so nothing looks unnatural. The only thing which was kind of strange is it was aiming at the exact same place on all these shots, but the bullet drop or the prediction was kind of off. You do see in certain aimbots where they do actually have bullet prediction, so they can aim initially where the player is going to run to, or depending on how far away the player is from your crosshair, it will predict certain bullet drop or bullet travel times. They're not always so accurate after actually researching into these on YouTube, but some of them do work, and it kind of looked a bit suspicious what was happening there, but to me that just looked like normal snipe. So far I think this guy's pretty much legit. Right, so at this point this guy's just ran up a mountain and he does see someone at this point, which is here, but I think this is really bad news for the guy, because I think this is actually the guy that kills him. So as you can see, he's trying to get a sniper shot, but he's not really looking to shoot the sniper early, and then he misses the shot, which is his grave mistake. Taking sniper shots like that's really risky, and then he also drops off his bridge, letting this guy get the higher ground and come up behind him up to the bridge, and the guy still has the low ground. They exchange 2 shots, but the guy, I believe, pumps him at first, I think, or maybe it's attack, and then the guy hits him with a heavy, and I'm not sure if this guy has a gold heavy or a purple, but he wins the exchange, mainly because I think this guy had 100 shield, and you guys know how overpowered an 100 shield is. Basically, if you have an 100 and the other guy has 50 or 20, and you have similar skill sets, you're basically going to win. I'm not sure why this video carries on. I'm not sure if the person making this thought this guy was cheating as well, because he had 6 kills, but I think this guy also dies to this sniper, so we're going to watch him. And okay, that's the thing which I thought was really suspicious when watching this. So if we actually rewind that, you should have seen it. Basically this guy who has 6 kills will just jump back. He's just standing there AFK and he's moving to the side, so I'm not sure if this is something to do with his connection. Then suddenly he just dies and disappears. Now there's no message in the chat, but to me, sometimes when you see a cheater it says they've been struck by the banhammer, but I've not seen a cheater for so many months since it's so rare now that I've not actually seen if this is still what they say in the chat. But this guy just disappeared without a trace after getting these kills, and we didn't see from his perspective before, and as you can see on the text here it says he got banned. So to me, I actually kind of agree with this. It's kind of weird how someone is in the top, what, like 3 or 4, and he has over 6 kills, and he just leaves. To me, it would seem really weird, unless there was a really urgent, dire emergency, which there could have been for all I know. It's kind of strange that he just left the game. So to me, that looks like a disconnect, like he got banned for cheating perhaps. So I'm not really sure what happened there. It is a bit fishy, but I'm not going to call anything 100% because that guy might have been legit, and I don't want to bash him on the video because of course he might just be a really good player. But to me, that looked a little bit suspicious, like a ban. I think spectating this guy is basically a waste of time because he's a little bit like a bot. He doesn't have a skin, he's clearly a noob, no offense to the guy. The guy on top also kind of looks like a noob, but he has an RPG and he just gets a quick RPG kill. Then he's also pulling an emote as if this guy made some sort of play, but he's just an RPG spammer. So that's basically the first game. Right, so we've got another clip. This clip is not as long, and this is the second clip out of 3. I'm going to show you the full cheating footage after, which is absolutely crazy, so definitely stay along for that. But this is the second clip. Now, I thought this one, I believe this is the fishy one, or maybe it's not, I can't remember which one this is, but this is the last guy, and it's also a Twitch streamer, and he's taken some snipes. the thing is this is actually a clip from me, this one. So the last one wasn't a clip from me, this is a clip from me. So I recorded this not fully saying he was cheating, but also just to analyse it after. So I'm just going to analyse this. So if the guy initially sees it, I'm not actually calling you out as a cheater. I just recorded this when you killed me, because the way that I died was really suspicious, but to me it was probably just luck and skill. But this guy sniped me when I basically got so many shots on him. It was really weird how he killed me, but we're just going to watch this clip. This is a 1v1 now. I got killed in the city as I pushed from the football ground or the basketball court on the left, and this guy's getting nade spammed. It's actually really interesting because I think this Twitch guy does actually win even though he's getting nade spammed. And the mistake this guy makes is he's actually pushing. He's got 45 seconds. As you can see, he's got 45 seconds to actually win this game, and he doesn't need to push yet. The mistake he made is he kept pushing. I'm not sure if he ran out of grenade ammo, that's also another mistake if he did, but the fact that he pushed a lot earlier than he needed to was definitely the downside of what he did. So we're just going to watch that again, and the amount of hits this guy gets is, as you can see, I'm just going to show you that there. So he shoots the wall, and then his mouse kind of looks like it's heading in a certain curve, like, you know, like an aimbot curve. It kind of looks like it dips in a perfect curve as it moves diagonally to the guy. So like I said, this is all substance. We're kind of grasping here for evidence. I think it's just a legit clip again, but it does look really weird how this guy shoots at this wall here, and then he goes in a straight line downwards to the right onto this guy, and we're going to look, and he hits him instantly, and then we're going to carry on playing that, and he hits 234s. So now he's still shooting in the exact same direction this guy is, so we're just going to watch where his cursor goes. He shoots there, and then it goes to the left onto the guy, and it's perfectly locked onto him through the wall. Obviously it looks semi-legit because it looks like natural aim, but to me it looks really suspicious because obviously you can aim at someone and track them, but this is like a perfect tracking, and it also looks smooth while doing it. I'm not going to call anything, like I said, I'm not going to hate on this guy, I'm not going to call anyone out, but to me this just looked a little bit suspicious. So obviously with aimbots you can make them look more legit. I've done research into this myself initially before analysing these clips. With aimbots there's something called smoothing. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably know someone who does actually cheat. You can probably ask them about it, but basically there's something called smoothing, which increases the time that your crosshair will travel to the enemy when you're locking onto them with an aimbot, so it looks more legit, it looks like more fluid movement and fluid aiming. So to me this kind of does look like an aimbot, but I'm definitely not going to call it. But could be a cheater, could not be, we can't see from their perspective, and it's nothing really paramount for us to decide whether it is or not. And obviously he just builds some random stuff at the end of the game. Now the next video is something really interesting, and this video belongs to someone else on YouTube, and this is an extreme video which I'm going to react to. This is actually someone 100% cheating. This is without reasonable doubt. If you're a CSGO Overwatch player, you should know. So for you guys interested, this is actually 100% cheating. As you can see here, he has a box and he has the skeleton of the enemy player, so this is an ESP. He's using something called extrasensory perception, which is an ESP wall hack, so he can see through walls. He knows the player's positions, doesn't have the player's names or the distance or what they are. Some of them have more or less features, you can see the health, etc. But this guy's using the ESP wall hack, so he has the positions. Also note he does have the new jetpack, so this is a very new clip. He's cheating it in basically the current game because that was the last update before the shopping cart, and this is in the solid gold game mode. I would believe so because all of his guns are gold, unless he's just looting like crazy. And we're just going to watch this and note on it, but he sees where this guy is and he jumps over the wall and shoots him. As you can see, that's obviously an aim lock. He's using some sort of aim lock or trigger bot. I would say it's an aim lock because it holds the aim. He knows what this guy is, and as you could obviously see there, before he shoots him, it clearly, he aims and then presses the button and it snaps to his head, and it holds that snap and he snipes him. There's the first snap. He gets shotgun kills. He's literally snapping through the walls, which is absolutely crazy. I'm surprised if he's not banned because he's playing super obvious, but of course he's just doing it for a video. The guy's doing it for content, I guess. But this is actually so crazy, the fact that he's cheating in the new Fortnite, and you just see how perfect his snipes are, how he locks, and also how strong the guns are. You've got to note how he gets a perfect snap to an enemy. I mean, this is crazy how he just gets so many headshots. I'm not sure if he's got no recoil cheat on along with this, but he's using a wall hack and an aimbot, and he jumps and literally just one pumps everybody. So it just goes to show Obviously that was a perfect shot in the chest. He's locking to the chest on the shotgun, we've got to note, but I think on assault rifles he's locking to the head, so I'm not sure if he has certain settings for these things or if it's basically a configuration based on the weapon, but he seems to lock to the chest with a shotgun, and when he's using a rifle he seems to mostly lock to the head. These are obviously more complex program features into certain cheats like this that we see, and he's also locking with things like the RPG, which is obviously a terrible idea, and he just gets a no scope as simple as that while the guy's just flying. It's absolutely crazy. I'm actually quite surprised how this is even possible. As you guys know, it's actually really rare to find a Fortnite cheater because of the anti-cheat measures. As you can see in things like H1Z1, the anti-cheat is Battle Eye, so we don't really tend to see that many cheats, but we still do see 1 or 2 private cheats around there, so we still have a lot of cheaters in games like H1Z1. But on Fortnite, what's actually really unique is they have their own anti-cheat for a start, which is fairly good, but then they also have Battle Eye, which they implemented just like H1Z1, and also as well as Battle Eye they integrated easy anti-cheat. So they literally have 2 or 3 anti-cheats on Fortnite, so it's so hard to cheat on that game, and it's so surprising to me that anyone is cheating, and just watching this footage just shows how skilled and innovative these programmers are to get behind these developer walls, but also how you could actually be going against a cheater in what seems to be a cheat-free game. Now this isn't really anything too huge because Fortnite is 99% cheat free. There's not many cheaters on the game. The 1% who do cheat, after doing research and actually looking into that video that we just watched, it does seem to be that these people are paying hundreds of dollars to use these cheats each month. So it doesn't really seem that there'd be many people that could afford that, and if they could afford it, I don't really think it outweighs many of the legitimate players. I think we're looking at possibly a 1% of people who do cheat on this game, but it's a real big wake up call and real surprising for me to see an effect such as this. So tell me what you thought about the first 2 clips. I don't think they were cheating. There was a few suspicious things to those clips, and it was kind of suspicious in certain segments of it, but I don't think they were cheating. And also let me know what you think about the 3rd clip, which is evidence beyond a reasonable doubt of just a YouTuber cheating and showing the footage. I don't think it was his footage, but it's just absolutely crazy how these people can get a hold of programs like this and cheat on a game. So I really enjoy Fortnite. It's one of my favourite games, and what's great about this game is it's mostly cheat free, so you know that most of the time you're getting killed by a legitimate player or someone who's just simply better than you. But what actually really worries me is the fact that there is actually cheaters out there, and you could be getting killed by people who are actually cheating. So if you guys enjoyed this video, then please leave a like on the video, it always helps. Subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss a single video every day. I do daily Fortnite videos on news, updates and anything that happens in the game, along with other game videos, lore, story videos and top 10 videos on your favourite facts and subjects. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.